Now, it was once voted the greatest British sitcom of all time, and Fawlty Towers has now been adapted for the West End stage. With me now, the original Basil Fawlty. John Cleese, of course, has been behind adapting the show for the stage. Funny is funny, John.
Funny is funny,
Doesn't matter how long ago it was. Still
Everybody
hilarious.
was very dubious about it.
I'm surprised
Phil
at that.
McIntyre, who put the show on, produced it, said that all the other producers were... And I thought, it's extraordinary. I was never very anxious about it because I knew the scripts were funny.
Yes.
And when we were auditioning people...
Yeah.
They're funny because the scripts are good. And then the quality of the people who auditioned, we had 3 Basils who were good enough,
Right.
2 Sibyls, 3 Manuels, all this talent in this country of acting. And we got Adam Jackson Smith, who's phenomenal.
He is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is it weird, though, to see
I told
somebody...
him, I think he's getting a little too
Is he
good.
getting too good?
I don't want comparisons.
No, you don't want
so
that.
I told him, tone it down a bit.
But you were involved right from the very start, obviously.
Yeah,
you know,
well, I
very
tell you
much
what, there's a marvellous director called C.J. Ranger, who's married to Phil McIntyre, and she does all the heavy lifting.
Right.
And then I come in and I do the stuff that nobody knows about, really. Only 80-year-old comedians, like do that with your other hand, or don't do it in that order. Do it not 1, 2, 3, do 1, 3, 2, or stand a bit closer to each other, or
just
don't
little
look
things.
at him when you say it. All those
funnier.
things that you don't find in books. It makes the difference between a smaller laugh and a bigger laugh. I love doing that because actors are fun to work with, you know.
Yeah, of
particularly
course
when they're good.
Well, exactly. Exactly. But it's been doing really well. You must be really pleased.
Oh, yes. If you want a ticket for a Saturday matinee, you're looking at October.
Wow.
Yeah.
OK.
I know, it's amazing.
So get in there quickly, as quickly
But it's so lovely to sit in the audience and just see a lot of fairly old people having a wonderful time.
Well,
and, of course, the young people who come love it, but they don't know about it.
Well, they're seeing it for the first time fresh. We were lucky that we saw it. I remember as a kid watching it.
Yeah.
You know, the
1975.
1975. I mean...
Daily Mirror, Long John, Short on jokes.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
The fools, the mad fools. But look, this is exciting. Life of Brian.
Yes.
Like, is that looking like it's...
Next year,
really?
I've adapted it for the stage, and we're going to do it in the spring of next year. And that I am excited
Oh,
about.
that's going to be hilarious.
Because you see, with Fawlty Towers, we basically used 3 scripts, but we didn't know 1, 2, 3. We integrated
Just
them.
made it all...
So the first show, as it were, starts, and then 15 minutes later, Mrs. Richards walks in, and the stuff from the same... And it's integrated very brilliantly by C.J. Ranger, and then there's a terrific finale. But with The Life of Brian... I feel that it's much more interesting if we make a few changes.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, you know, otherwise they can see it. If they like the old version, it's there.
Of course it
But
is.
if we change it a bit, and I've invented another character, which is Pilot's wife.
Right, we never hear
I'm
from
trying to get
her.
in a joke about co-pilots, but I think it's a bit anachronistic.
It doesn't. The thing is, there's no rules. You can do whatever you want. As well as all of this, you know, for a man of 80, you're not sitting back and saying, oh, well, I'll just, you know, take it easy.
Well, it's the divorce, darling. I'd be lying in the sun if it wasn't for that.
I know. You've got to work. You've got to get out there. But you're touring with your daughter.
Yes.
I mean, you're working with your daughter.
We do a lot of stuff together. We've
That's
just
great.
written a film called Lookalikes about Sunset Boulevard lookalikes, the people who look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But in the film, the clever thing is they're played by the originals. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is playing his own lookalike.
I understand.
That's clever, isn't it?
OK, that is very clever.
Yeah.
Tell me about Hercules the dog, who makes an appearance in your shows.
She's got this wonderful little dog called Hercules.
Oh, look at Hercules. He's tiny. It's not the height of nonsense.
He's partly Chihuahua. And she got him from a rescue centre. Would you believe so?
That's a great picture.
The extraordinary thing about him is he cannot turn left.
OK.
He can only go round to the right, no matter what you... He can't turn left. Have you ever come across that?
I've never come across that in a dog or indeed
on
a human being.
stage, we get the laser, a little red dot on the stage and try and get him to turn left, and he never will.
And he can't do it. He just goes round.
And he's the silliest little thing, but we love him to do
But
that.
look at that wee face. I I love that. I love
She
it.
sends him to the groomers, but it doesn't make him much better.
No, he's
Talking of ugly, did you see the picture of Rupert Murdoch this morning?
I did. Nuptials.
Well, I had an extraordinary picture. I thought people got embalmed after they'd died.
I couldn't possibly comment. John Cleese, you're terrible. Please continue.
Terrible? What's terrible?
You're terrible.
Terrible.
Now, look, how is Mr. Michael Palin that we love? Because, well, he's Sir Michael Palin, actually. But, because we adore him, and it was his birthday.
He's very nice. He's very nice. He's
Isn't
very
he?
boring.
He's
but he's
not
very nice.
You can't say
Oh, he's terribly boring.
Look, there you are.
Lorraine, he's the most boring man I ever met in my life, but he's so nice, you forgive him.
You forgive him anything.
You forgive him anything.
Because he's so lovely.
Have you not seen his travel programme?
I love his travel programme.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
But you know, they're sponsored in America by the Insomniac Association of people who've never slept before in their life. You sit them down with one episode of Pole to Pole and some hot chocolate, they're straight off.
And they're away. Well, he's doing us a public service.
Yes.
As are you, for making us laugh for such a long time.
I'm only an icon at the moment. I'm waiting to become a national institution. I've applied, I've done the paperwork, but it hasn't come through
Well, it's outrageous, and it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Fawlty Towers, the play, continues at the London Apollo Theatre. You've got to get in quick, though, because it's, you can't get in on Saturday for a long time, but if you do it now, you might be all right.
Yeah, well, actually, there's tickets in about 3 weeks' time.
About 3 weeks' time.
It's full now.
Fantastic.
And it's lovely to be in the middle of a group of people laughing their heads off.
Barely laughing.
Does you good. Humour does us good.
It does.
Yeah.
It so does. You're
and there
so
are
right.
people trying to restrict that, and I don't think that people with very little sense of humour should be allowed to dictate what people with a sense of humour are allowed to enjoy.
That's a fair comment. That is a fair comment, John. Thank you so much for coming in.
Not at
Such
all.
a joy. Thank you so much. And on that bombshell.